Hey everybody, welcome to episode 10 of our Rick McWhorter AM transmitter. So I've got some progress to make. So I've got everything connected here. This is my my meter, and I've got my 2K pot up here as per the drawing. Here's my power switch, here's my tuning cap. You'll see I've got it powered on, and I have these two wires right here coming out the top. Those go to the output transformer, which are going to my MP3 player, which is right back there. So let's start from here. So I do have some problems, and listen, I want you to hear it what it is. You hear that noise? That interference? It is picking up the station, but I can't get a clean signal. But what I want to show you is this meter. John, you said you couldn't get your power switch to work. Let me lower this down. So when I move this power switch, watch the needle. It drops down. So it's doing something. What, I can't tell you. And it is adjustable by moving this pot. So if I bring it up to 0.6 and I move the power switch, it brings it down to 0.2. So apparently it is doing something. I haven't figured out what yet though, because I can't get a clean signal. Let's go over to our Hammerland, and you get a better description of what it's doing at the moment. Hear that? I can try to tune it. So you can hear I'm getting some interference. Let me turn this off. So I'm getting interference, but it is transmitting. So where do we go from here? Well, I'm going to do the obvious things first. Let me turn this radio off so we don't waste the battery. So I'm going to do the obvious things first. I remember when I first started this series, John from Arkansas told me one thing which I never forgot. Check your voltages. Right? So here's what we're going to do. So I know that my B plus is okay. I'm actually at about 280 volts right there. And I know that I'm okay here. I'm actually at 170. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a meter on each one of these pins in this table at V1 and V2. And I'm going to check. So I know I've done that already. 167 and 3. I'm going to check pin 4, pin 5, pin 6, and pin 8. And see what kind of voltages I'm getting. So that's going to be the next step. I also believe that the issue is going to be in the output section. That's where you're going to pick up the most noise, even in an amplifier like the ones I build. If you've got some kind of noise happening here, you're going to get it. And it's going to come out that output tube. So I'm going to go through this part underneath the chassis, take a look around, see what I find, see if I find something that's not correct, and I'll come back and report that. So first thing, check the voltages, check the wiring. After that's done, I'm going to throw a scope on it and see if I can get these waveforms that are listed here. That's going to go right over there. Alright, so let me go do that, and I'll be back and show you where we are. Okay, our first test is pin 4. So on V1, which is the 6SA7, I should be getting 128 volts DC and 47 volts on V2, which is the 6V6. This meter right here is connected to the 6L6G. Okay, it's right here, pin 4. Pin 4. And I'm currently getting fluctuation, but I'm getting about 47 volts. Good deal. Over here on the 6SA7, I'm getting about 141 volts. According to the chart, I should be getting 128. So I'm a little high there, but I have to assume there's a 10% tolerance. Now one thing I want to show you, and this is more for John, right? Because again, he mentioned it. If I turn that power switch on, and remember this is the output tube, this is the 6V6. Here's the power switch, right? The high power switch goes right to pin 4. If I turn this power switch on, which is right here, watch what happens to the voltage. Jumps up to 120 something volts. Okay, so that's the difference between the power switch. So it's definitely driving more power out to the tube. Okay, I'm going to put that back down for the time being. Brings us back down to the 46, 47 range. So I'm going to call these voltages on pin 4 good. Okay? Let me go switch to pin 5 and I'll be right back. Okay, I just moved the probes over to pin 5 on both tubes. And you'll see here on the 6 SL6 I'm supposed to be getting -8, and on the 6 SA7 I'm supposed to be getting -6.5. So again, this one here is going to the 6L6G. Let's give it a minute to warm up. And it looks like I'm hanging out at around -3 volts. Let's see what's happening on the other tube. Not getting much here at all. I'm getting 0.6. I'm supposed to be getting -8. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, just for giggles, I'm going to go over to pin 6, right there, of the 6 SA7. I'll do that while I'm on the air here. Let me get this out. And over here I'm supposed to be getting 13. 13 is good. Okay? And you'll see that there is no reading for the 6L6 there. And while we're here for giggles, we're going to go to pin 8 on the 6 SA7. And on pin 8, I'm supposed to be getting 15.5. 15.4. Doesn't get better than that. Let's go up to the 6L6G, right there. And we're going to go to pin 8. And you'll see we're supposed to get 2.9. Let's do that. Pin 8. There's pin 8. And I'm getting 2.5. That's good. Supposed to be getting 2.9 according to this chart. So my biggest problem right now is on pin 5 of both tubes. So let's go back to pin 5 and see what we get again. Let's count our tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right here. There's pin 5. Okay, I'm supposed to be getting negative or -6.5. Well, actually, I'm supposed to be getting 8 volts. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. This is the output tube right here. I'm supposed to be getting 8 volts, and I'm getting 8 volts. Let's go back to the 6 SA7, which is the mixer tube, to pin 5. That's down here. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And we're supposed to be getting -6.5, and I'm getting half that. Let's see what happens when we put the power switch up. Has no bearing. So I'm not getting my -6.5 volts there to pin 5 of that tube. Let's take a look at pin 5 on the schematic and see what it's attached to. Comes right here. Let me get my pointer. Comes out right here and goes right to this 22K resistor, which goes to the B negative side. It goes through a 250 picofarad cap, and then goes to your tuning cap in there. So let's follow that back. Let's see. There's my 22. I see it. Alright, let me dig into this a little bit further and I'll come back and let you know what I find. I'll be right back. Oh well, I found a problem which I'm pretty sure is going to help make my situation a little bit better. So let me explain what I found. So if you look here on the schematic, you'll see on pin 5 of the 6 SA7, it comes up here to one side of a 22K resistor, and then here it goes to a 250 picofarad cap right there. Okay? And then from there it goes to the toilet roll tube that has the 70 winds, 50 side right here. So looking at my underside carriage here, this is the side that has the 50 wind, and here's the cap. But you see what I put in here? Let me see if I can zoom in on there. I put in a 224K, which is the equivalent of a 0.22 microfarad cap. A 250 picofarad cap is a 0.00025. So obviously, I have too much in here. Now, I can't tell you if that's going to impact the operation. I think it will, given that it impacts the tuner. So, fortunately, there's a place right near me that sells capacitors, and I've ordered it, and it'll be here in a day or two. So the plan is we're gonna pull that out because I don't have any 250s, and we're gonna see exactly what happens when we change it. Now, on the schematic, I should note that it says all capacitors not indicated are 630 working volts. Okay, I've put a meter on here when this thing is burning and hot and power up, and the highest this gets is about 200. So the cap that I just purchased was a 500 volt, and it'll be just fine. So the plan is to take that cap out of there, put in the proper cap, and then we're going to take our voltages again and see if we've got a difference. I don't know what compelled me to put that in there, why I thought that would be 250 picofarads, but it's not. So that's going to be the plan, and until that time, I'm going to shut down this video and post it, because now I have an indication of where my issue is. So it always helps to check the voltages. Like I said in the top of this video, John, in back of my mind, said, check your voltages, remember that, and I did. And I'm seeing a definite problem on pin 5, right here, -6.5. I'm not getting it. I'm getting half that. Okay, so that's the video for today. I hope this helps somebody. Make sure you check your caps. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Ron.